Hey friends, this is day 30 post-op for upper and lower blepharoplasty and mini face and neck lift. So tonight I wanted to try to cram into 10 minutes kind of an overview of everything that has happened for me in the last 30 days, you know, the side effects, the bruising, the swelling, redness, scarring, numbness, any of those things. I want to touch a little bit on filler, Botox, that kind of thing as well. So getting right into it, obviously I had the upper and lower blepharoplasty, so the hooded eyes, and then if you go back and look at my earlier videos, I had huge bags underneath my eyes, and I didn't know this, but Dr. Seeger told me those are like fat deposits. I also had fat deposits here, which is why my scars go from all the way over here to here. I don't know if everybody's does. Some of the ones that I've seen don't go that far. They just go like where the hooded area is. When you look at the pictures of the marker on their face, they're kind of designing, or not designing, but they're marking where the excess skin is that needs to be, taken off. So, but I also had to have fat removed on either side of the inside corners of my eyes. So, so that procedure was done under local anesthetic. So I was not put out. And at the same time, he did my mini face and neck lift. So he actually started with the face and the neck lift first and then went to the eyes. But the mini, what makes that mini is that he is only separating the skin from the muscle, tightening up the muscle, pulling the skin up taut, and then trimming the excess skin and sewing up. So you have scars here, or incisions, I should say. You'll never see a scar there, but incisions here, incisions like a little bit at the top of your ear, and then he goes inside the ear. So that's pretty clever. You can't even see that. And then there's just a little bit here. And I was actually showing my sister the other day, and she's like, I can't even see him. So it's still a little bit red, but in time, you know, that's going to fade too. So for the neck, there is incisions behind my ear, and then also back here in my hairline on the back of my neck. So, and those have all healed great. I haven't had any problems with them, no infections, no excess bleeding or drainage, anything like that. Everything has gone well. So if this is something that you were to do, you would do your consultation with Dr. Seeger, and then he would tell you what he feels would benefit you the most. You can go in and say, hey, this is what I want to have done. And, you know, it ultimately is up to you, but he's going to give you his opinion. And then once you decide what you're going to do, then you'll set up your appointment. You'll have a pre-op appointment with the nurse. The nurse will give you prescriptions for an antibiotic, for pain medication, and for an anti-anxiety medication. So I forgot to mention the pain medication. You do get pain medication, and I only needed like to take mine 3 days maybe, and that was only because I was afraid that if I didn't take it, it might start hurting. And actually, I really didn't need it past the first day, honestly. But it helps you sleep, so you do need your rest. So anyways, you set up your appointment. You have to put half down to set up your appointment, and then the other half has to be paid a week before the date of your surgery. So you go into your pre-op, you get your scripts for your medicine. That's like a week before. They set you also up with an appointment for a week after your surgery. And then you go in and get your stitches out that day. For me, the nurse took my stitches out on my post-op. And so then I've had 2 appointments since then with Dr. Seeger to be able to see how my incisions are healing and things like that. So that is the surgery part. Side effects for me from the surgery to day 30. So I've had a little bit of numbness on the incision sites. I still have a little bit of numbness through here, just a very little bit right here. Sometimes some tenderness depending on how I'm resting my hand on my face, a little bit of tenderness, but it isn't bad. Um, the first couple weeks you'll have a tightness in your neck. Not tightness as far as like where you can't swallow, just tightness like you can feel that the skin is pulled, but that doesn't take long at all. Like by the end of the first week and a half, it just feels normal again. And I think the majority of that is the swelling. So for me, the swelling lasted probably completely 2 weeks. The majority of it was gone. Probably by the first week, it was just that last week wasn't anything that was painful by any means. It's just swelling that your body had to get rid of that excess. And I do remember that I had like 3 days in that second week where I literally felt like I was peeing all day long. And I don't know, I wasn't drinking anything extra than I normally did on a daily basis. I think it was just my body was getting rid of the rest of that fluid that was in my body from the surgery. And it seemed like within a day or two after that, I really could tell that most of the swelling was gone. Um, so you will get a little bit of itching as it heals. I still itch in places, but that's a good sign because obviously we all know that means that you're healing, and that's what we need it to do. Um, Numbness also for me, my eyelids still, I don't have all my feeling back in here and under here, and it's really a weird feeling like when I put on like mascara and stuff, because when I put it on before, like you can almost feel in your eyelashes, you know, the brush going through your eyelashes. You can feel that in your eyelids, and I still can't feel that yet. It still kind of feels, I don't know. I guess numb is the only thing I guess that describes it, but and the same for under here. So I think that probably will take a little bit longer to go away. So I'm at 7 minutes so quickly. So then the day of my surgery, Dr. Seeger also did filler. He put filler in my lips, and he put filler through here because this was my trouble spot. I call them puppet lines. There's another word for it, mariner's lines or something, I don't know. But here's the thing. If you're going to go to the trouble to have your face tightened and your bags removed and all that, you don't still want to have puppet lines and flat lips. So for me, if I'm going to try to look a little more youthful, I want all aspects of my face to look youthful. Some people even have, you know, it depends on the structure of your face, but some people even put like filler in their jawline. I don't know if that's after surgery or not, but there's so many places you can put filler wherever you need it, I suppose, other than you really can't do much in the eyes. Some people do, but for me, that wasn't recommended. So I did have the filler, and then like a couple weeks after that, like mostly just my last appointment was when he did the Botox. And that was, like I said, I think on this one, maybe it's to relax this muscle a little bit so this can finish healing and the swelling going down. And like I said, I may choose to do a little bit more here because I'm really bad at that. I try not to, but it's just some people have 11, some people have a 7. So again, you know, I didn't go through all this trouble to have a lot of trouble spots after the fact either. So, and I don't mean to make it sound like, oh my gosh, now I'm addicted to having my face done, or, you know, I'm addicted to having Botox, or I'm addicted to having filler or anything like that. Will I do filler every year? Yeah, maybe. I don't know for how long. When I get 60, maybe another 4 years, I'll reassess at that time. I'm not addicted to looking youthful. I just, for me, I needed to be able to feel like I didn't look sad, and I didn't look tired, and I didn't look stressed, because life had really made me feel that way. I'm at 9:44, so I'm going to do a part 2.